Welcome back to Genzinsights. I'm Glenn. Today we're going to be reacting to the Brooklyn Nets schedule for the upcoming season. I'm just going to give my predictions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up their schedule. I'm going to put their L's that I think they're going to take in the season onto a document. We're going to end up counting all the L's in total and seeing what we get. This is one of the best teams we've ever seen in a regular season. One of the best teams that's ever been created. So let's check it out. I think it's going to be a high number. But let me know what you guys think as well. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. That would help out tremendously. And make sure to like this video if you enjoy as well. But let's get right into the video here. All righty. So first we have Milwaukee opening night. I do think Brooklyn does take down Milwaukee, proving that if they were healthy, they would win. So I do think it's a big game, but I do think they take the W. Philadelphia, W as well, with the whole Ben Simmons fiasco happening right now. I don't see that chemistry really working out. I don't see them starting out too hot to begin the season, but it'll be really exciting to see if they trade for Dame. Let's see if that happens, but I don't think it'll happen that soon into the season there. Charlotte, love LaMelo Ball, love that young team, but I don't see them beating Brooklyn, especially if everyone comes in healthy as they should. Obviously, this is going to be counting health, obviously predicting health. I do and will, kind of predict some injuries throughout the season here, given, the health history with the big three and the rest of the team. But I'm trying to be as non-biased as possible and be as real as possible. Let's see if how close we can get to the real, regular season record at the end of the year now compared to the end. So then we have Washington, a young up and coming team. Just made a big trade with the Lakers, obviously. I don't think that they're going to be much to deal with at first, but I do think they're going to get better and better as the season goes. And for the next couple of years, I think they'll be very good. But I see that as a W. Miami is a tough one. Miami is a tough one. I do see Brooklyn winning, but Miami can really give them some problems in this game. And this could be the first loss of their season, just because it's a real test of the season. But honestly, I still see them figuring out their chemistry as well. They have a stacked roster. They have Kyle Lowry. They have Victor Oladipo, Jimmy Butler. They have Bam. They have Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero. They have some other players as well. I think they got PJ Tucker. So they're stacked. They're going to be very fun to watch, but I think they'll be still building their chemistry while Brooklyn already kind of has gained theirs from last year, even though they only played, I think, 7 or 8 games together all of regular season. Detroit, W. It's going to be exciting to see Cade Cunningham play, but I do see that as a W. Atlanta, that could be a tricky L if Trae Young gets hot, but I do see that as a W as well. And you're probably going to hear me say W a lot. Brooklyn's going to be very, very good. I do see and hope that it's going to be a Nets Lakers finals just because they seem to be the best teams from a talent perspective. Hopefully they both put it together collectively for their groups, and they both can make, one of the best finals of all time. Evenly matched teams, a lot of depth, but 3 superstars in every team. It would be one of the best finals ever to take place, ever. All righty, so we take it to Toronto. I see that as a W. They lost Kyle Lowry. They're kind of rebuilding at this point. Chicago, that's a team I'm really excited to see. I do plan on, reacting to all the highlights. Let me know if you guys want to see me react to the highlights during the season. I want to try to watch the games beforehand, react to the highlights the next day, explain where I seen, the important plays were. Some plays you see aren't as important as you think when you see it on the highlight. Maybe a defensive breakdown led to a wide open 3. Whereas if you were watching it in real time, maybe someone breaks someone down. It's a 6-point game, but he hit 2 threes in a row to tie the game, something like that. I just want to be able to explain the little details that happened to the game that really switched the momentum of the game and led to the victory. So let me know if you guys want that as well. But Chicago is a very, very good young and up-and-coming team. I'm excited to watch. I do expect them to be very good. One of the best teams in the East, not top 4, but definitely a playoff team. And I'm excited to see if Lonzo Ball can thrive in that system as well. It's a great, great group over there. But I do see them taking that, possibly an L. So far, we have 2 possible L's, but I do see a W. Orlando, another W. Don't really have too much to say about Orlando at this point. Still an up-and-coming team. Right now, a little bit poorly run, but every team has their ups and downs. This is a hard league. It's hard to win in the league, so I can't blame them too much. New Orleans, another W. They're actually, I feel like, a little bit worse than last year. I don't see them making the playoffs, to be honest. They could shock us, but I don't quite see it. Oklahoma City, W. Golden State. That is tricky. I don't think Clay is going to come back till Christmas. I do think Golden State's going to be one of the best teams in the league when Clay comes back. But I do see Kevin Durant going back to Golden State. If the big three are healthy, they're going to take care of business and really, really play well there. Obviously, there's going to be, some goose egg games in here. They're going to lose against a team I don't think they're going to beat. But honestly, realistically, they could be one of the best regular season teams of all time. They have so much talent, and a lot of the bottom tier teams won't beat them, maybe with even 1 star on the court. But even with 2 stars, they seem to be almost unmatched against anybody. So we have Cleveland, L, even though that I like some of the moves they've done. They have, an up and coming good roster. I really am. I'm not too excited to see how the team plays this year. I'm going to check it out, but they're going to be a good team in the future. I can guarantee that. Orlando, another W. Cleveland again, W. Boston, good team. This could be an L. Possibly, it's at Boston. You know what? I'm going to put that as an L. I think they lose against Boston. That might be their first loss. That could be, for me, I said third potential, but first loss against Boston here. At Boston, I just think, maybe a tough game, and Boston squeeze out the victory there. Phoenix at home there. That's a tough one. I do see Brooklyn winning, but I could see Phoenix winning this game as well. So yeah, let's do that. So far, we're up to 2. So I see them losing back-to-back games right there. I think, that happens to a team. I think they'll hit that. Come bounce back, beat New York. They have a good team as well. Beat Minnesota, beat Chicago. I think that they will lose at Dallas. I do think Luka is up and coming, and he's going to be one of the best players in the league. I think, this is one of the nights that he can really show what he's capable of, and that he could be the future face of the NBA. So L there. W against Houston, one of the worst teams next year. Even though I love Jalen Green, he does look fantastic. I'm very excited to see him play. W against Atlanta. W against Atlanta. W against Detroit. W against Toronto. By this time, Dame could be on the Sixers, but you never know where another player could have been traded for Ben Simmons. We're gonna say they're gonna lose this game. They're gonna lose one of the games against Philadelphia. They're a good team. They're gonna beat Orlando here. Denver's a very good team. We'll see how Jamal Murray comes back. Could be a tough game, but it is at home. I see them winning, beating Washington again, beating Portland. Now Los Angeles, first matchup against the Lakers. And to be honest, I do see this as a W. I see the Lakers losing on Christmas, even though it's at the Lakers Stadium. The Lakers obviously could win, but I do see the Nets having more chemistry, more balance at this point, better shooting overall, and just getting the victory by and just making more shots to the end. They have 3 of the best shot makers ever. LeBron's a great shot maker. AD is a great shot maker, and so is Russ. But Russ is lower efficiency. He causes more turnovers, etc. I do see them taking the W here. W against LA Clippers. I do think that without Kawhi, it's not going to be too much of a problem. But I do see them splitting one of these 3 games here. So we will add a 5th loss to their schedule there from my prediction. I do think they'll beat Memphis, beat Indiana, Milwaukee. I do think that Milwaukee does come back, beats them the second game to kind of even the series, kind of give some more hype for the playoffs for this next year. I do think they beat San Antonio. I think Chicago could finally get them the 3rd game of the year. I do think Chicago has a chance to beat them. Oh, I want to do this fairly. It's so hard to predict a schedule, but some of those teams, those very good up and coming teams, it's hard to beat a team 3-4 times in the regular season. So it's very good to give them a split, even if it's not this game in the schedule. One of those games, you would think that with the talent Chicago has, they will hit all their shots, a great amount of them on the night of that they play one of those 3 games. But W against Oklahoma City, W against New Orleans, Cleveland, Washington, San Antonio, Minnesota, and then the Lakers again on the 25th. I believe that is Martin Luther King Day. Actually, I'm not sure. It may, actually, no, maybe not. I'm not for sure. But this is one of the biggest games of the year too, January 25th. So against the Lakers again, I think this is when the Nets will really get up and play against, their absolute best. And on this January 25th game, I think this is the last time they meet up in the regular season. I do see a very, very close game, but ultimately, I do think they get the victory again. I think that they beat the Lakers again. The Lakers have everything that they need. They should win, but I, for some reason, just feel like the Nets are going to end up overcoming them. It could be different in the playoffs, but in the regular season at this point in time, I got a W. And then a W against Toronto. I do think the Nets do come back, beat the Warriors come back and beat the Nets the second game with Clay. He'd be playing for about a month then. I expect him to be very good. I do see them bouncing back against Phoenix, beating Sacramento, Utah, Denver. Denver, Denver's a good team. Denver's a team that could, possibly beat them. Getting back at Boston, beating Washington, and I do see Miami beating them as well. I see them beating in that second game, being very good in that second half of the year, but I could be wrong. Beating Sacramento, beating New York, beating Boston again. At Milwaukee, I do think the Nets regain the 2-1 regular season series and beat them. Although I think those are going to be some of the top rated games of the year. So then they beat Toronto. I think they beat Miami for a 3-1 series. Boston again, definitely could be a loss. But for some reason, I do think they're going to lose against one of these other bottom tier teams. So I'm going to say they're going to lose against Charlotte. So out of, Charlotte, New York, Orlando, I think they will lose one of those. And out of Philadelphia, Dallas, Portland, and Utah, I do think they will lose one of those as well. Those are all very good teams in that last bottom pile I just named. It's hard to win so many games in a row. It's going to be coming down to the end of the season. There's going to be some injuries. A lot of people sitting out to try to rest. They have a great, record up to this point. They're going to be, in my estimation, the number one team in the league. But let me know if you guys want me to do more of these prediction videos for the regular season. And maybe if you guys want, I can even do all 30 teams. But yeah, so I do think they'll lose one out of those leading to Utah. They beat Memphis. This is the end of the season, like I said. They could lose against Miami, but I do see them still playing at that point. So win, probably a loss, win. So probably two more losses in that bottom 7 stretch, 2 or 3, but I'll say 2. So for the Nets schedule here, I actually have them losing 13 games. Obviously, you guys know there's 82 games in the regular season. So I'm going to have them going 69-13 out of an 83 game season. I do think that's not unrealistic. That's very good. If they wanted to push for it and get 70, they probably could do that. I mean, the Bulls went 72-10, the Warriors 73-9. I don't see them beating that just because they still do have to fix the rest of their chemistry. There will be injuries. I think Harden, he's been very durable, but I think his body might be aging a little bit. He might have some nagging injuries. KD, I don't think, I hope, pray to God, he won't get injured again. He's too great to not be playing. He's too exciting to watch. But I don't really envision him getting hurt. But Kyrie, he might, take a break throughout the season or, have an injury as well. So 69-13 is my official prediction for the Brooklyn Nets. Let's see if they can even do better than that. Let's see if I'm overestimating them. They have to show that they can play on the defensive side and that they're interested in the regular season for this to happen. But if they take it very seriously and they want to prove that they're the best team in the league every night, I do believe 69-13 is very capable of them. Obviously, it's probably a lot better to guess probably 60s to 62 games, 60 to 62 win schedule. Probably 62 to 65 is probably a better the best guess. But for whatever I see right now, from the talent perspective, from the team that I've seen last season, 69-13 is my official prediction. So you guys will just have to let me know what your guys' thoughts are below in the comments section. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said before, if you haven't yet, please like the video and please subscribe if you're new. I want to give as much good content as I can to you guys. Whatever you guys want, I want to be able to post, let you guys have an opinion from me, see if we connect, see where we are different. But other than that, I appreciate you all watching this video, and thank you for tuning in to Gen Z Insights. We will definitely catch you on the next one. Thank you.